So we're going to go over some basics of chess notation. I don't know if everyone knows chess notation. I know Salman knows chess notation, but I don't think anyone else. I'm not sure actually. Maybe you do. Uh, so so first of all, pay attention when you set up the board. The first the first and second ranks are always for the white pieces. Always for the white pieces. Bottom right, it should always be a white square. Even if you're in black, bottom right is your white square. Okay? And the seventh and eighth ranks is always where you set up the black pieces. Always. Okay? Now, one way a lot of kids get mixed up where to put the king, where to put the queen, right? So one way to remember that is the queen, she always, or the square must always match her dress, right? White queen, white square. Dark queen, dark square. Square must always match her dress, okay? You can think of it like that. So that is how you set it up. So these will be ranks: first rank, second rank, third rank, fourth rank, fifth rank, sixth rank, seventh, eighth. So first, second, third. These are all ranks, right? On the side of the board. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Ranks. These are all ranks. All right. Now going up, A through H. These are all files. Okay. A file, B file, C file, D, E, F, G, and H file. These are all files. Okay. So when you write down moves, you always write down the letter first and then the number. Yeah, we're gonna do a sample game just to show you how to notate, how to write down the moves. Okay, so first move, White does. Let's say he does this move. You would write this E4. You see right here, it says E4, right? Letter first and then the number. Letter first, then the number. E4. And by the way, for pawns, when you write it down, you don't need to write P for pawn. You just write the coordinate and it's assumed that it's for a pawn. Okay, let's say black responds with e5. All right, same thing, e5. Let's say white does here, knight f3. Now the difference with here is it shows a picture of a knight, but when you write it down on paper, so for a knight you write a capital N and then lowercase f3. So when you write the coordinate with the letter, that's always lowercase. But when you write a pieces, which piece you're moving, you make sure you capitalize that. So capital N for knight, capital B for bishop, capital R for rook, capital Q for queen, and capital K for king. Now, I realize that knight begins with a K, but we don't say capital K for knight because that would be confusing with the king. Therefore, we say capital N for knight and capital K for king. Okay? So let's continue. So let's say this is a very common opening. Knight f6, or sorry, knight c6. Let's say white goes here. Bishop b5. This should be big B, capital B, b5. Okay. Let's say black goes here. Knight f6. Okay. Now let's say castling. Now the way you castle on Lichess, you just take your king and you can drag it like this and just drop it on top of the rook is preferable. Just drop it right on top of the rook. Another way you can castle is just you can either drop or just click wherever you want to go. Say click there. So castling on the king side. This would be castling on the king side 0-0. Okay. If you want to castle on the queen side, the king ends up here and the rook ends up here. That would be 3 zeros, 0-0-0. Okay. But this is castling on the king side. Okay. So let's say black does here. Now let's say white captures. Now when you capture a piece, you write X. X is for capture. So if you were to write this down, it would be capital B X C6. And then let's say he recaptures with this pawn. So you would write D X C6, right? Because this is a pawn move. You don't need to write P. So just D X C6. Okay. So that is the basics of chess notation.